Robot future is already here. In China, we just got a glimpse of what the world in 2050 could look like. Newest humanoids, companion robots, agile worker B-bots, machines that can feel and even comfort. All the most innovative, cutting-edge androids straight out of a sci-fi movie. In this video, are you ready? Competition in China's humanoid market is just ramping up. Just look at UBTech that went big this year with a massive booth and a plethora of robots. The star of the show turned out to be the newest Walker S2, the world's first humanoid that can swap its own batteries in under 3 minutes without human help. At 5'9" or 176 centimeters tall, it walks at 6-something feet or 2 meters per second, lifts up to 33 pounds or 15 kilos per arm, squats, and twists its torso nearly 180 degrees. These here hands are built for industrial work, with a powerful intellect powered by the BrainNet 2.0 AI and co-agent system for solo or team operations. Next up is Cruiser S2, a versatile wheeled service bot that easily navigates through guiding guests, delivering meds, sorting goods, or assembling products with movement precision down to a fraction of an inch or 1 millimeter. They also show the older Walker S1 model, already in use at numerous car factories in China. It stood beside the Walker Tiankong, a model for education and research. On top of that, UBTech showcased their latest 5th-gen robotic arm with 19 degrees of freedom, tactile sensors, stereo vision, and up to a 20-Newton grip. But their most jaw-dropping demo had nothing to do with robots. UBTech's Swarm Intelligence took all the spotlight. It was basically an orchestra of robots that walked out on stage, autonomously coordinated, and shared tasks. If you guys know of anything similar, shoot us an email or let us know in the comments. Remember the legendary T800 from Terminator? Well, it's here. At WRC 25, Engine AI showed off their take on the iconic robot with the same codename, T800. Standing at 6'1" or 185 centimeters tall, this cutie patootie weighs 187 pounds or 85 kilos and has 41 moving joints, an aluminum alloy exoskeleton, and high-capacity solid-state batteries. The T800 is built for heavy, dirty, and dangerous jobs, and according to the devs, it's got the stamina Arnie could only dream of, which is, obviously up for debate since Iron Arnold didn't get that name for nothing. The machine, and this is not a reference to Bert Kreischer, sees, hears, and analyzes the world through a set of sensors and makes decisions in real time. The company promises to launch it on December 24th at the Mecha King tournament from Engine AI, a sports event that is vying for more glory than Unitree's boxing matches. Also at Engine AI's booth, we got the PM01 humanoid robot for you, which has been patrolling Shenzhen in police uniform for quite some time now. Developers claim improved agility, accuracy, better navigation in complex environments, but way smoother. This is a gynoid, a female android from Shanghai Qingbao engine robot. Its realistic and futuristic design really turned heads at the conference this year. The company, only 3 years old, claims to specialize in key technologies such as cloud-based brains, servo drives, motion control, autonomous navigation systems, facial and micro-expression recognition, as well as communication powered by large language models. Qingbao robots are already actively used in airports, shopping malls, universities, hospitals, and hotels. Perhaps the most fascinating industry where Qingbao has succeeded is live streaming product sales, something that is incredibly popular in China today. Kind of like Shopping Channel, but with a robot and online. In fact, digital personas and robots often outsell human presenters. But wait, there's more. Some of the company's robots are actually being used as monks in temples in India, tirelessly delivering sermons. What's next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Back to our favorite city. From Shenzhen, Pacini brought its flagship humanoid Toro 1, promoted as the first machine that can actually feel the world. Its palms are packed with nearly 2,000 tactile sensors that detect pressure, texture, resistance, even the weight of a few grains of rice. That's why Toro 1 can pick strawberries without crushing them, neatly fold clothes, and work with surgical precision. It comes equipped with LiDAR and a SLAM navigation system. Onboard software integrates autonomous navigation, AI motion control, visual tactile perception, and voice interaction, all running fully on the robot itself no operator required. In just 3 years, Pacini has raised nearly $1 billion yuan from investors like JD.com and BYD, turning science and touch into a new standard for robotics. This year's WRC saw Hexagon Robotics debut Eon, a new industrial robot with AI and precision sensors built for real-world factory and warehouse work. It can scan objects and handle parts. Aeon's training took just 3 weeks in NVIDIA Omniverse and Isaac as opposed to the typical half a year. The robot is already inspecting car parts, building digital twins of production lines, and solving other industrial automation tasks.
We are here from Switzerland. It's the first time we show the robot in China. Its name is Eon. We recently showed it to the world a couple months ago in Las Vegas for the first time. And it's a humanoid robot that is intended for industrial applications. We target a variety of tasks. What we're showing here is the scanning of a car door for quality assessment. We can also do pick-and-place tasks. We can do inspection of assets. And we can do other operations where humans are normally used.
What are the key features of this robot?
The main things is our sensor array. So we have a lot of sensors in the robot. We come from Hexagon, which is a company that is known worldwide for its measurement capabilities. And we have a lot of those capabilities embedded into the robot.
Okay. How long the robot can run?
It has 2 batteries that can run between 3 or 4 hours, but you can hot swap them, or the robot itself will eventually be able to change them.
How long do you develop this robot?
We started development about 2 to 3 years ago, and now what you see here is our latest prototype that will be commercially available in the next couple of years.
What is the key market for you to sell this robot? What are the industry and countries where you plan to sell it?
So it's an industrial robot, so we're targeting different industries like automotive, aerospace, manufacturing. We will start in Europe, and then we will expand to the US and Asia.
Unitree Robotics brought some exciting new releases to the show. The humanoid robot R1, which you can customize with your favorite colors, and the industrial quadrupeds A2, capable of maintaining incredible balance and coordination even on steep, rocky slopes. But the hottest moment from Unitree was a real boxing match between their G1 humanoids. Beyond the pure spectacle, it was the ultimate showcase of precise coordination and lightning-fast joint reactions. For Beijing, this wasn't just a one-off stunt. Unitree has been fine-tuning the format for half a year, from the spring Unitree Combat Competition live stream to summer appearances at major forums where the G1 was already boxing in front of live audiences. Earlier demos made it absolutely clear where this was heading. The company officially launched the G1 Boxing Iron Fist King project, promising offline matches and live broadcasts. In other words, for Unitree, this is no longer just a social media gimmick. It's becoming an ongoing series of exhibition fights that push the limits of a humanoid's reliability and stability under pressure, right on the edge between sports and engineering. Oh, and at some matches, visitors even got the chance to control the robots themselves. How much would you pay to be a robot boxing coach, just like in real steel? Let us know in the comments. Actually, this year, WRC became a sports arena for robots, hosting the Robo League Soccer or Football finals. The twist comes in the form of something fans have been asking for a long time: no human operators. That's right, the robots played fully autonomously in a 3-on-3 format. In the finals, THU Robotics from Tsinghua beat Mountain Sea from China Agricultural University 5-3. All the quote-unquote players were built by Booster Robotics, but it was the teams that developed their own software. Booster's founder, Cheng Hao, said the robots played like 6-year-old kids, and that seems about right. In a fun stunt that the organizers put together after the finals, a robot striker beat a real 5-year-old goalie with the same score, 5-3. And Astribot unveiled its Humanoid S1, marketed as one of the fastest and most precise robots around. Its arms move at speeds of up to 32 feet or 10 meters per second, lift 22 pounds or 10 kilos each, and operate with a fraction of an inch or sub-millimeter accuracy. Videos from the company show S1 frying waffles, folding laundry, practicing calligraphy, playing instruments, even doing kung fu, all autonomously and no operator required. The robot is built on a design for AI approach, where hardware and intelligence are developed together so it can handle everyday tools and tasks at home or in industry. Astribot plans to mass produce S1s as a true all-purpose assistant. No official price as of yet, but estimates say $100 to $150 $50,000. Unless mass production slashes costs, it may be a while before robots like this enter everyday households. Galbot from Galaxy General Robotics, on the other hand, is a completely different animal. It's a humble worker bot aimed at retail. Together with Galaxy's robot kiosk, which is an autonomous vending capsule with a complete mini logistics system inside, Galbot makes things happen. It takes orders, finds the product, picks them up, and hands them to the customers without any human involvement. Founded just 2 years ago, Galaxy already raised over $250 million. Their flagship Galbot G1 is a wheeled humanoid with arms designed to handle fragile and non-standard issue items. Using the GRASP VLA system, which combines vision, language, and action protocols, the G1 quickly adapts to new tasks without practice. Since training is mostly done in simulation, using synthetic and simulated data, it speeds up development and scaling. The tech is already deployed in at least 10 Beijing pharmacies where Galbot sorts and hands out medicines, and by year's end, Galaxy aims for 100 locations across China. And Liu Robotics, founded in 2016 with backing from Tencent, has already shipped over 100 full-sized humanoids and moved into mass production. Their flagship robot Guofu stands at 5'5" or 166 centimeters tall and runs on the Open Harmony operating system. It can jump, walk on sand and grass at speeds of up to 2.7 miles or 4.7 kilometers an hour, and is packed with high-torque servos and interfaces for AI modules. What's more is that Liu is already collaborating with Fa Hongkai, Neo, and Haier. Reports say Guofu robots are being tested in manufacturing and service environments, and not just there. Can't skip Limix Dynamics, can we now? One of the most exciting startups at WRC this year. Their bipedal robots are some of the most kicked around bots at the show. So much so that some of the words on the street have Limix engineers blasting "I Can't Dance" by Genesis at the office 24/7. Onto the sexy Tron 1, equally stable on wheels, flat feet, or spherical supports. In one wild test, they put it on the back of a moving truck just to see if it could stay on its feet, and it did. There's also a version with a manipulator arm mounted on top, making the robot surprisingly functional. It's still stable, still climbs stairs in rough terrain, but now it can actually do things with its robotic arm. The startup is also working on Ollie, a full humanoid about 5'5" or 165 centimeters tall with 31 degrees of freedom, available in research and educational versions. Limix is getting big on embodied AI, intelligence inside a machine's body, learning both in simulation and real world. And if you didn't know yet, we'll tell you. A lot of buzz went into AI Squared Robotics, founded just 2 years ago by AI veteran Guo Yandong, formerly with Xpeng Motors and Oppo. The startup has already become a major player in China's embodied intelligence scene. Their AlphaBot humanoid runs on a neuro-inspired alpha brain, able to perceive space, learn on the fly, and adapt to environments ranging from airports to factories to residential complexes. In spring of this year, they launched AlphaBot 2, a 34-degree of freedom humanoid packed with 360 vision, improved autonomous locomotion, and real-time dynamic task solving. The company raised hundreds of millions of yuan from investors, including Alibaba and Fortune Capital, and is pushing for large-scale deployment in logistics, security, healthcare, and services. Not science fiction anymore, folks, but a real revolution. Robots that think, learn, and act in a world where they need to be faster, smarter, and more reliable. Is this reality, or is this Paul Verhoeven's dream? You guys remember the Wake 25, the artificial intelligence conference that just closed recently in China? If you don't, check out our previous video about it, especially the part with the robot district, because here at World Robot Conference, WRC, they went with a full-on robot marketplace, where machines showed off their skills to potential buyers. Some were chatting and playing the piano, others brewed coffee or made traditional Chinese sweets, danced, showed off their agility, and demonstrated otherwise how useful they could be in real-world scenarios. And here is what China's tech leaders had on their stands. Meanwhile, Beijing's Yichuan district, already China's national robotics hub, announced a massive embodied intelligence experiment experiment. The goal is to take robotics out of the labs and into everyday life by building a 1 petabyte public data pool. And what's an easier way than setting up 1,000 data collection points in malls, hotels, hospitals, and warehouses? The first 20 training sites and 100 data points go live this month, so August, with datasets available for purchase in exchange to train AI models. On to Guangzhou Automobile Group. They unveiled their 3rd-gen humanoid, GoMate. By 2026, it's expected to hit the assembly lines of the GAC Trumpchi and GAC Aeon brands. Now, GoMate isn't your typical humanoid. Instead of legs, it moves on wheels, but it can lift them to climb stairs when needed. Wheels are faster, more energy efficient, and thanks to its autonomous driving system, it can plan its own route and detect obstacles up to 100 feet or 30 meters away. The robot stands at about 5'8" or 174 centimeters on 2 wheels and around 4'6" or 137 centimeters on all 4s. It has 38 degrees of freedom, hands with 5 fingers, and motors designed in-house that cut energy use by up to 80% compared to similar robots. GoMate runs on solid-state battery and can work for up to 6 hours straight. Powered by artificial intelligence, it collects data, learns on the go, and keeps getting smarter. While it can be used in logistics, security, or healthcare, GAC plans to start it off by putting it to work in their own factories. First in small batches and later mass production. Naturally, competition is already here. The US-based Figure AI tested its Figure O2 robot at a BMW plant back in 2024. But China's GoMate looks ready to step up and claim its place in the future of industry. PND Botics made an appearance at WRC this year as well. They showcased their humanoids Atom and Atom U that look sleek, but that's just a bonus. Atom stands at about 5'3" or 160 centimeters tall, weighs 132 pounds or 60 kilos, and runs on 25 high-torque modular actuators. Thanks to reinforcement and imitation learning, Atom moves like a smooth criminal, adapts, and learns in real time. Atom U, on the other hand, was co-developed with Noitom and Inspire Robots. It has 31 degrees of freedom, vision and tactile sensing, voice control, and an adjustable height from 4'5" to 5'9" or 135 to 177 centimeters. It's built for data collection, training, and research, although you gotta be really committed to the cause, since this one costs $45,000. WRC also saw X Robotics bringing along their gynoid to chat with visitors and turn heads, really. This year, though, their booth was much more low-key. Our regular viewers will probably remember what it looked like last year, back at the 2024 show. The company didn't just showcase a lineup of robots, they also had women in colorful costumes to draw even more attention from the crowd. Another much talked about startup, Lumos Robotics, less than a year old, showcased LUS2 Humanoid that stands at 5'3" or 160 centimeters tall, capable of getting up from a fall in just a second and running for 2 hours. Its balance system reacts to changes 30 times faster than a human, which greatly improves stability. The team includes former Magic Lab engineers, creators of Xiaomi CyberDog, plus talent from Tsinghua University and Dreamy. They're currently working on modular architecture for robots so that a single base can be modified into any kind of humanoid. We also spotted China's answer to Amica, Annie from Anywit Robotics. Marketed as a humanoid that feels, Annie boasts 34 facial degrees of freedom, eye contact, emotion recognition, and lip-sync speech. But at this point, in our humblest of opinions, it's no competition to the original Amica.
We have arrived at Daimon Robotics, this company from Shenzhen that specializes in tactile sensors for robots and more.
Daimon Robotics focused on something critical yet often overlooked: tactile sensors. Take the DM-TAC-W. It's a camera-based system with a stunning resolution of up to 40,000 sensors per 1/10 of a square inch or a square centimeter. It detects texture, shape, friction, and pressure in real time, surpassing even the sensitivity of a human finger and industrial-grade alternatives.
This is a vision-based tactile sensor. Its principle is you have a silicon surface and you have a small camera inside to watch the silicon surface. When you contact objects, the silicon deforms, and this deformation can be captured by the camera. So that's how you can
There is also the DM Hand 1, a lightweight manipulator with built-in tactile sensing that adjusts grip strength automatically. Minimalist design, flexible and precise, makes perfect for handling delicate parts.
You can also tell what is the resolution of this sensor.
The resolution is 0.1 newtons or 0.03 millimeter deformation. So, which means you have a 0.03 millimeter deformation, like make it deform. You can sense it.
What is different between your sensors and other competitor sensors?
Our sensor is has a very high resolution in tactile feedback. It can give you the normal shear deformations. So it can also give you the contact 3D objects shape and edges. Also, it can give you the contact event detection, to sleep event detection.
Sensors already used.
So there is a computer manufacturer in China. They use our sensor in the industrial gripper to insert the RAM to the motherboard of the computer.
Another bad boy on that stand is the DM Xton teleoperation suit for humanoid robots, which also collects training data for androids.
How is your design?
Well, design, there are 7 degrees of freedom per arm. On the robot, there are also 7 degrees of freedom. And we collect the joint angle information and transport such information into the robot to use for robot training and learning.
Do they need to train operator to work with that or no need?
You just take like half an hour, you'll know how to operate it.
Their humanoid robot, Sparky 1, is equipped with visual tactile perception, a large language model, visual control systems, AI, and dexterous hands, all trained using the DM Xton. These technologies are bringing robots closer to becoming actually useful. Moving on, check out this booth from Shandong Guoxing Intelligent Technology, one of the fastest-growing robotics companies in China. It's been recognized as a national quote-unquote little giant enterprise and also a gazelle company, meaning a high-growth, fast-scaling business. Guoxing builds robots that go where humans can't, or actually shouldn't. Firefighting robots that enter buildings instead of rescuers, explosion-proof scouts for chemical plants and coal mines, heavy unmanned chassis that take on the toughest, most dangerous jobs, plus military and patrol robots. In just 20 years, the company has developed a whole fleet, more than 50 different robot models. 58 of them are patented original designs. To make all of this possible, Guoxing built massive R&D and manufacturing facilities covering acres upon acres, or tens of thousands of square meters. These aren't just workshops, folks. It's where robots are designed, tested, and pushed to their limits in conditions close to real world. Would you want to see how these machines are tested? Let us know in the comments. This year at WRC, one robot didn't just turn heads, it touched hearts. Meet the Carebot GR3. Gone were the cold metals and sharp angles we've come to expect. In their place, smooth curves, warm, inviting tones, and movements so fluid they looked less like mechanics and more like a gentle dance. It blinked. It tilted its head. It responded to a human touch, not with a beep or a blink, but with a subtle, almost human-like awareness. In its walk, it could shift from light and cheerful to slow, deliberate, even weary, as if it could feel the weight of the room. And in that moment, something shifted. There was a change in the air. The audience didn't just see a robot, they felt something. For the first time, a machine didn't just perform tasks. It created an atmosphere of care, presence, quiet empathy. That's what's made the GR3 unforgettable. Not its tech specs, but its soul. It wasn't just the star of the show, it was the show. Digital China technology once again wowed the audience with humanoid robots that looked almost alive. Realistic faces, facial expressions, movements, everything came together to create the impression that you weren't looking at a machine, but a person who could smile, make eye contact, and even dance. Although the company officially states that its mission is artificial intelligence for everyone, What really makes Digital China stand out today is its ability to create robots with a quote-unquote human face. The company's portfolio, though, is versatile. It has humanoids designed for services and public events, for example, the Xielon S01 and S02 series. These robots feature bionic facial expressions with multimodal perception, meaning they can see, hear, and process information almost like a human. In theory, they're capable of walking and picking up objects via remote control, although for some reason, the company has not demonstrated that so far. Another series of robots is called IP, and here the advertised capabilities include walking, dancing, responding to voice and gestures, showing emotions, and grasping objects. But in reality, each robot is customized for individual clients, which means you only get the functions you actually pay for. All of the company's robots support live interaction. And yes, like many manufacturers in China, Digital China Technology already has its own production facilities. And again, like many, they keep production volumes and pricing details close to their chest. Over at the Robot Era booth, we spotted the Q5, their latest service robot designed to combine strength with elegance. This humanoid stands at about 5'5" or 165 centimeters with 44 degrees of freedom, a tiny waist, and lightweight arms. Thanks to its design, a navigation system with LiDAR and stereo vision, it can move smoothly even through the tightest of spaces. The Q5 comes equipped with the X-Hand Lite, a small but powerful robotic hand that can grip objects with precision and care. It's built for natural interaction, featuring an AI-powered voice engine, motion-captured gestures, and even remote control through VR devices. According to Robot Era, the Q5 isn't just a prototype. It's ready for real-world work in retail, education, healthcare, and tourism. It can do its thing for up to 4 hours on a single charge and hold an interactive conversation without complex programming. Another striking booth at the exhibition, this time from Jiangsu Yunmu Intelligent Manufacturing Technology. Founded only 4 years ago, the company focuses on research and technologies for general-purpose intelligent humanoid robots. According to the company, Jiangsu Yunmu has independently designed its own humanoid robots, their operating system, as well as systems for emotion recognition and environmental perception. The robots are also integrated with large language models, most likely developed in China as well, although we couldn't verify that as of yet. But the most impressive fact is that the company has already created 8 different types of robot models. All of them are currently in pilot-scale, small batch production. Now, what's your least favorite chore at home? Is it scrubbing the shower, cleaning the toilet, or dragging that vacuum around? Well, the Chinese company Zerith decided people shouldn't waste their energy on that. A robot should do that instead. Meet Zerith H1, one of the most useful home robots we've seen yet. This humanoid housekeeper already cleans hotel rooms better than a human. Scrubs sinks, cleans showers, vacuums carpets, even restocks toiletries. Now, the H1's toolkit includes AI that recognizes objects and tasks, omnidirectional wheels, and an adjustable frame to fit into any space. Plus a camera-based learning system that copies human movements in real time at 80% lower cost than VR controllers. Founded this year, 2025, Zerith has already raised tens of millions of yuan, moved into mass production, and now the plan, well, ship more than 500 of these robotic helpers by the end of the year at approximately $14,000 per. Would you get one? Let us know in the comments. Here's another company from WRC25 and a tongue twister, Lawnwood Valley MedTech. They brought their orthopedic surgeon robot able to breeze through procedures in just 30 minutes instead of the usual 2 to 3 hours, which means patients spend less time under anesthesia, which leads to less blood loss, fewer complications, and faster recovery. This tech is already used in over 1,000 top Chinese hospitals, helping tens of thousands of lives. At the show, Lawnwood basically demonstrated how AI and precise mechanics are changing healthcare, not in some distant future, but now. Notix Robotics, founded in 2023 by alumni from Tsinghua University and the Chinese Academy of Sciences, made waves at the world's first humanoid half marathon. Their N2 bot finished second and wowed the crowd with backflips. In just 2 years, they've built a lineup from the early N1 tested on rough terrain to the Dora service bot and Hobbs bionic head with realistic facial expressions. The Star N2 packs an NVIDIA Jetson results in 18 degrees of freedom and a top speed of 7.2 miles or 11.6 kilometers per hour. It's probably no surprise that after the half marathon, sales spiked. They now build up to 10 robots a day and aim for 2,000 by year's end. The price tag seems almost tempting as well, only $6,000. And High Torque Robotics showed off their tiny humanoids and walking bots for engineers and hobbyists. For example, the 29 degrees of freedom Mini High, the compact Mini Pi Plus, and the bionic Mini Pi. These nifty little things are used for training and experiments. Open architecture and modularity let users customize them for any job and any project. So, what do you guys think of this year's WRC? Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel, like our videos, and check out our socials for more from the world of high tech.
Guoxing.